Greetings, my fellow gamers. It is I, Wraith, bringing you news from beyond the mirror from the other world. Today we're going to start talking about what good MOBA are there and what are the best to play for newbie players and how to play the more difficult ones if you want to start out playing it. But for now, I kind of would just recommend playing Vainglory or Paragon. Paragon because Paragon is probably one of the best newbie games I've ever played. The reason I say that is they're really easy on newer players because you don't have to worry about purchasing any characters. Like, each character is free at the beginning. I mean, you do have to unlock a few of them by leveling up, but you can just level up by get to that level in particular just by playing versus AI, and you can get there quite quickly if you want to play as certain characters. Now, each of these characters are very unique. However, there is no item list. There is no item list like you see here. Instead of an item list, there is a this card system that they have. This card system allows you to give your character buffs in the game, similar to how you would on a normal MOBA game with the item shop. If you guys saw me going through it at the beginning of the game, there's no item shop like that, but they have this little card thing that you purchase with power. Each card you can purchase with power in the middle of the game, but you can set up your own deck, your own upgrade deck before you even start playing the game. That will allow you to give your character certain buffs. You can customize each buff, like I said, and edit your deck, make it all special. It's a really cool feature. Mixing a MOBA game with a card game, it really is an interesting feature. That's why it's so hard to explain, because it's just so different for a MOBA game, but it's so much fun. And it's really easy to learn, though. It's really easy to learn. And once you get the hang of it, you're like, wow, this is really cool. It's really different. But yeah, it's a great MOBA game. It's an amazing MOBA game, especially for newer players. I had so much fun with it. I started playing as this Reaper-looking guy with a hammer. He's a Wraith, and right away you're like, oh yeah, our Wraith would play as that guy. That was my first thought, was I need to get this guy. He's a Wraith, so it had to be done. It was a match made in heaven right there, me and that guy. But so yeah, he's definitely my favorite character. I like his ultimate is swinging his giant green hammer and knocking people way up in the air. I really like that guy a lot. I might do a couple videos on it, but the only reason I haven't done any videos on Paragon is because my laptop, it kind of doesn't load the graphics very well, and it makes them look a little fuzzy. Makes the graphics look a little bit fuzzy and a little bit pixelated, so I didn't want to do that. And it's not like not pixelated to the point where it looks like a Mario game. No, not that kind of pixelated. It's just I think you know what I mean, though. It's really the graphics don't look too great for not the PC, but laptops. The graphics aren't very good for laptops, and it's not laggy at all, though. It plays very smoothly. It plays buttery smooth, in fact. It's just the graphics are weird. I tried changing the graphics settings, but it just played the same way. The graphics didn't seem to load very well. I'll see if I can get a better PC before I start recording videos on Paragon. But I will record videos on, sadly, League of Legends. That's the next subject we're going to start talking about, is League of Legends. League of Legends is the worst game. Not the worst game, but the worst MOBA to start off playing. The reason I say that is, it just was terrible for me at the beginning of the game. It was awful. I mean, I tried so hard, first of all. I tried so hard to start off on the game, but it was just so many characters. Too many characters. The item list was huge. The item list was just so dang big. I had to research all the items, and I still haven't researched them all yet. I really need to research them all, but the list is so huge. I just really wanted to unlock Aatrox. Aatrox was the first character I got. I believe that's what his name. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. He's this character that I kind of just recognize his ability. I've used characters with that kind of ability before, with the leech ability, the type of ability that absorbs HP upon attacking. Sorry, I'm sorry, I'm stumbling around a little bit. I'm trying to think. I can't exactly remember too much about him, but I've used characters like him before. With the leech ability. I'm trying. I'm sorry. I'm stumbling so much. It's just I'm trying to remember what his abilities are. It's been a minute since I played LOL because he made me kind of angry yesterday. Not yesterday, but a few days ago. It made me a little angry, and I've taken a little bit of a break. It made me angry because I just started off with Aatrox, and I didn't know too much about him. The only thing I understood was how his abilities work, because as I said, I've played his characters like him before. I killed her. I know I killed her. I'm telling you. And when I was recording this, I knew I killed her. Her health was like really, really low. I saw that. The turret shot her too. She should have been dead. But anyways, aside from that, Aatrox, I knew how to use him. It's just that I really just didn't know the character well enough yet. And they made me verse an expert Aatrox. This was really irritating. My second match with Aatrox, they made me verse another Aatrox, another player that owned Aatrox, but he knew how to use him better than I did. And it was irritating because I like Aatrox. He's my favorite character so far. And they made me verse an expert Aatrox, which was ridiculous. It discouraged me. It really did. It made me feel terrible because he kicked my behind, first of all. I didn't know anything too much about Aatrox, and when he kicked my behind like that, it just made me furious. Like, why did they make me verse an expert Aatrox when I just started off with Aatrox? It's just ridiculous. It made it hard on my team because, and first of all, he kept going after me because I didn't know too much about Aatrox, and it made it, I guess I was fresh meat for him because I was a newbie player, but it was just ridiculous. I don't know why they did that. And the large character list made it even worse because every time I saw a new character, I was just in complete duh because I didn't know anything about the characters. It was ridiculous. Like, they really just needed to give me a free character at the beginning of the game. That's what they should have did at the beginning of the game, besides just going through a little tutorial. What they should have did is give me a free character not of my choosing, but a free random character. So I can get my feet wet, so I can actually learn more about the game before just throwing me into a fire, really. That's what they did at the beginning of the game. They just practically threw me into a fire and just hoping, okay, there's like over, I don't know, how many characters are there? Over 60 or 70? And it's just like way more than that. Never mind, I take that back because the character list is bigger than the Marvel vs. Capcom's character list. And that's saying something right there. There's so many characters, a huge character list, and there's a PvP mode. There's 5-on-5, 3-on-3, and there's a weird character mode I barely know anything about. I have to look at the name of it again, but it's a weird character mode. I don't know if it's like I don't know. It's weird. It's the weirdest character mode I've played in a MOBA game. But really, they just threw me into a frying pan practically. And when I got a new character, it was like I just got thrown into the skillet right after that. So really, they really just needed to give me a free character at the beginning, so I can grow up with that character, understand that character, so I won't have to rely on the weekly hero rotation. Because sure, hero rotation introduces you to new characters that you can use, but no, I need a character that makes me, I can expert myself to. Well, I expert myself to that I can learn more about and understand and evolve, so I can get better at the game with that character. Because at every game that has a lot of characters, you need to have at least one character you're good with, so you can actually stand a chance against all these random characters you don't know about. And that's what I needed at the beginning of League of Legends. I needed a character that I can guide myself with, a character that I can become an expert at, so when I verse random characters, I won't seem powerless. But they didn't do that. They just put me into a frying pan with a whole bunch of random characters I don't know anything about. They expect me to research every last one of those characters, which was the worst part. And it was ridiculous. They really just needed to give me a free character. They did. But enough about League of Legends. That's the last game I would recommend for newbie players because it's so difficult. It's just too many characters. There really are just way too many characters. They really just simply need a sequel, or like I said, award you a random free character at the beginning of the game. But anyways, there are cheaper characters, but they may not be characters you actually want. So I would recommend them just awarding you a random character. Yeah, I know, we lost here, I'm aware of that. I did terrible this game. I was really distracted because I was trying to talk about different MOBA games, and I didn't want to do my original recording with this game. I kind of just did a little voiceover after the video was done recording because the game was glitching so much and it was making my voice go so I just said, okay, let's not do that. It wasn't the game that was lagging, it was more of my recording. It made my mic sound all funny and fuzzy, and as I said, but yeah, I didn't want to record that one and upload it. So I said, forget it. Now I'm just gonna do a voiceover for the whole video. But yeah, the best MOBAs I would recommend is definitely Paragon or Vainglory. The reason I say Paragon or Vainglory, Vainglory is very easy on players. There's not too many characters, so there's not too many characters to research at the beginning, and on top of that, there's a bots mode. They don't give you much experience for the bots mode, but it helps you understand what the concept is of the game. There's even difficulties on the bot mode. There's bots as in robots, AI. You can verse those bots until you really start to understand the game. There's difficulties, there's hard mode, there's really hard mode, there's easy mode, really easy mode. I recommend at least the harder difficulties because the AI is very smart to begin with. So I recommend going on the harder difficulties first if you wanted to start off the game. And another thing they give you is these little chests that award you cards. You can unlock costumes, and that's something else amazing about this game is the costume system. You don't have to pay for the costumes, which is amazing. You can unlock them naturally by playing the game. So costumes aren't a luxury like they are on other MOBA games here. There's something you can unlock as you play the game, and so there's something more that you would see with pros or people that have played the game a long time. However, they have released a feature that allows you to buy the costumes, but I would recommend just earning the costumes because it's a little more fun that way. But yeah, anyways, that's all the time I got for my video, my fellow gamers. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be making other guides on MOBA games in the future. But anyways, that's all the time I got, my fellow gamers. Take it easy for me, alright? Bye.